October 1943, the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard. A top-secret military experiment begins. The USS Eldridge, a massive warship, is surrounded by a strange green mist. Suddenly, without warning, it vanishes, not just from radar, not just from sight. The entire ship ceases to exist. Minutes later, it reappears hundreds of miles away in Norfolk, Virginia. Sailors on board are screaming in agony. Some are missing, others are fused into the steel of the ship, half man, half metal, their bodies grotesquely merged with the vessel as if reality itself had betrayed them. Those who survive are never the same again. The U.S. Navy denies everything. Official records claim nothing happened, but leaked testimonies, mysterious letters, and classified documents suggest otherwise. Did the U.S. military accidentally unlock the secrets of teleportation? Did they bend space and time? Or was it something far worse, an experiment so horrifying that its truth had to be erased from history? Strap in, because what you're about to hear is one of the most chilling mysteries in modern history. To understand this mystery, we must go back to World War II, a time when the world was on the brink of chaos, and technological advancements meant the difference between victory and defeat. The U.S. Navy, desperate for an edge, was allegedly experimenting with something far beyond conventional warfare: invisibility. The idea, if a warship could be made invisible to enemy radar, or better yet, to the human eye itself, it could slip past enemy lines undetected. This wasn't science fiction. It was said to be based on Einstein's unified field theory, a concept that attempted to merge gravity and electromagnetism, theoretically allowing for the bending of light and space. The ship chosen for this experiment was the USS Eldridge, a newly commissioned destroyer escort. On that fateful day, in October 1943, powerful electromagnetic generators were allegedly activated around the ship. Witnesses claimed a strange humming sound filled the air as a greenish-blue mist surrounded the vessel. And then it vanished, not just from radar, not just from sight, but from existence. For what felt like minutes, the USS Eldridge was gone. Some say it was ripped out of our reality, thrown into another dimension. Others believe it was teleported to Norfolk, Virginia, over 200 miles away, where it materialized for a brief moment before vanishing again and returning to Philadelphia. But when the ship reappeared, something was horribly wrong. The accounts of what happened next are nothing short of terrifying. Some crew members were missing. Others were discovered in a nightmarish state, permanently fused into the ship's metal walls, their faces frozen in expressions of unspeakable agony. Those who survived were driven insane, muttering incoherently about the things they saw and being lost in between. A few, it is said, developed strange abilities, becoming invisible at random or walking through solid objects before returning to normal as if caught between dimensions. These claims were so bizarre, so outlandish, that they sound impossible, and yet the story didn't die. In 1955, a man named Carl Allen, also known as Carlos Allende, sent a series of letters to UFO researcher Morris K. Jessup, claiming he had witnessed classified documents proving the Philadelphia experiment was real. Allen insisted the government had covered it up and that he had spoken to surviving crew members. Then things got even stranger. Jessup received a copy of his own book, The Case for the UFO, filled with eerie handwritten annotations, allegedly from multiple people discussing advanced alien technology, secret government experiments, and interdimensional travel. The U.S. Navy itself took interest, quietly obtaining copies of this annotated book. But why? If the Philadelphia experiment was a hoax, why would the military be so interested in strange, handwritten notes about it? Jessup, obsessed with uncovering the truth, continued his research, but his investigation ended abruptly. In 1959, he was found dead in his car, an apparent suicide. Some believe he was silenced. The U.S. Navy officially denies that the Philadelphia experiment ever happened. According to them, the USS Eldridge's logs show no record of such an experiment. Surviving crew members later dismissed the entire story as fiction. But something doesn't add up. Even if invisibility was impossible, something strange was happening in military research. During World War II, the Navy was experimenting with degaussing, a real technique used to make ships invisible to magnetic mines. But degaussing doesn't make a ship disappear. It certainly doesn't teleport it across hundreds of miles. So, was the experiment real, but exaggerated? Or was the truth buried under layers of misinformation? There are several theories about what the Philadelphia experiment actually was, or if it ever happened at all. Some believe Carl Allen fabricated the entire story, mixing scientific ideas with rumors to create a sensational conspiracy theory. His credibility was questionable, and later in life, he admitted that some parts were exaggerated. Another theory suggests that while the full teleportation story is false, the U.S. military was testing electromagnetic technology, and something unexpected happened. Perhaps an accident caused disorientation among the crew, fueling strange reports. The most extreme theory suggests the military inadvertently opened a rift in space-time, throwing the ship and its crew into another reality, if only for a moment. Some believe this would explain the horrific aftermath. A more plausible idea is that the experiment was an early attempt at radar cloaking, a precursor to modern stealth technology. Maybe the ship never teleported, but it did temporarily vanish from detection, sparking wild stories. Decades later, the Philadelphia experiment remains one of the most debated conspiracies in history. Despite official denial, the legend persists. Was it just wartime paranoia, a misunderstood experiment, or something so dangerous that it had to be erased from history? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: when governments hide the past, people will always search for the secrets buried beneath. And perhaps, just perhaps, that's exactly what they don't want us to do.